to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
Oh, there he is, the legend, the first superstar rapper, Kurtis Blow. What's happening, sir?
All right, good morning.
Yeah, man. Yo, first of all, for the audience, I want y'all to know we are celebrating the breaks. Wow. These are the breaks. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up.
How many years?
40 years, man. The 40th anniversary of the breaks.
Yeah,
40.
man.
Can you believe it, man? Can you really believe that it's been 40 years?
It's incredible. I mean, seems like yesterday, you know? Wow.
Now
40 years later.
Kurtis, was the breaks your first single?
No. Christmas Rap.
Christmas Rap was your first single, okay.
And yes, that came out in 1979, December 19th. And just a big shout out to radio around the nation, man. Thank you.
They took to it right away, huh?
Song. It's an annual classic. They play it every year. And I thank you guys, man. Thank you.
So you wrote those lyrics, you still get a paycheck. You own that publishing.
Well, yeah, the publishing is still good. I mean, you know, I have over 200 songs I wrote and were a part of in my career, over 200 songs. So the publishing is not bad.
Now, do you remember the first DJ or time or moment that you heard the breaks be played outside the studio?
Yes. It was played on the radio. I heard it. Frankie Crocker actually played it. It was a big situation for me. I was in my car riding around. I heard my song on the radio and almost crashed. It was such a great feeling. You know, I can't explain it. To hear your song on the radio, that is the greatest feeling to have, is that success. And I was 21.
Wow. How did you, now, Russell Simmons was your manager, right?
Well, actually, Russell Simmons became my manager shortly after we released the breaks.
He
And
reached out.
It was my producer. I had two producers who did my first 5 albums, J.B. Moore and Robert Ford. Now, Robert Ford just passed away like 2 weeks ago. So rest in peace to Rocky. That was my dude. He taught me so much. But Rocky was the guy who convinced me to make Russell my manager. He explained to me, and that was my buddy and everything. Russell and I had an argument, a falling out. And we split up, but Russell he introduced me to the producers, and that's how I got the record deal. And but so to repay him for introducing me to Rocky convinced me to make him my manager, and the rest is history. He went on to become this big hip hop mogul and billionaire, doing his thing.
How do you feel when you see the term the breaks? Because didn't VH1 have a show called The Breaks?
Right. I mean, you have to take it with it comes with the career.
Well, but in a way, it's a shout out, right? It's paying homage.
It is. It keeps the name alive, of course. I did not get a payday, or did I get to work on the actual project? Which was a little painful, but just to see the name out there resurfacing again and just going around as a concept of a show, The Breaks, you know what I mean, is dealing with hip hop, so that keeps the name out there. So now when we celebrate the 40th anniversary, it's not such a distant thing that you have to pull up out of your subconscious mind, because it's so way deep in your memory that you got to pull it up again. So it's there. It's on the surface now. So we can party and say, okay, yeah, I remember. All right, because of that show.
Do you remember? Oh, go ahead, Laura. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Did you hear Swiss Beats talking about wanting to put together a fund to help the the godfathers of hip hop and having people like LL Cool J support him. And how do you feel about that?
I think it's a great idea. As a matter of fact, I was talking to LL about this when the pandemic, the coronavirus hit and everything was shut down. And I was just so fearful about the future and what's going to happen. We can't do any concerts. We can't do any shows, any events, no clubs, now you can't even go to a bar. And so I'm talking to LL, what we going to do, man? We got all our people, I'm cool. I can hold up for about 6 months to a year, but there are a lot of cats out there from the old school, about 200 or 300 of us who don't have an income right now, and how they're going to pay their bills, how they're going to pay their, light bill and everything and their rent. And this is crazy. What we're going to do, L? And he was like, oh, well, and then I hear Swiss Beats and LL are going to try and hook up the old school like that. So I thought it was a great, great, great idea. Even if I don't get a paycheck, I'm glad to see that at least my peers and the people that I care about from the old school hip hop days, will get some kind of help, financial help. That would be incredible.
Do you feel, Kurtis?
A lot of people are hurting.
And that's crazy to think about because, it's nice to know that you're all right, but you're still accustomed to that income. And there are obviously other people who weren't nearly as successful as you, Kurtis, who I'm sure really struggle. Do you feel that in spite of some of those things, you've gotten your due respect and appreciation? Do you feel like you get the props from the younger generation that you deserve?
I could get caught up in that situation, but I try, I'm living my life now these days, and I'm so much more happier than I've ever been in my lifetime because of just the nature of my health and having these crazy heart operations, man.
You had an operation last year, right, Kurtis?
You know what I mean? I died maybe about 4 or 5 times. Every time you have a serious operation, you almost die. You know what I mean? And so I'm having these operations and I'm just praying to God and thanking God for the blessings and just sparing my life so many times. Like, I feel like a cat with 9 lives almost. And I'm just living life so much more in a joyful state, appreciating the fact that I'm alive. And I'm concentrating more on that and just being happy and living my life on that level, you know what I mean? And then we get this pandemic, the coronavirus, COVID-19, and now racism is at the forefront. God bless the cell phone for, making all of these protests, and people are just standing up now. And I'm seeing all of so many white people and Asians and Latinos, multicultural people out there protesting. And man, I thought I would never see a white person say Black Lives Matter. And that's so incredible to me. It's so inspiring that there is hope. We have some hope out there. So I'm just living my life and taking day to day. And I don't try to get caught up in any negative thoughts and situations, because I'm just so joyful and happy right now and just being alive.
Well, we appreciate you, Kurtis. I hope that you know
We're
that.
celebrating you today, man.
And we know that you are the first solo superstar in the history of hip hop, and we appreciate you.
Thank you so much, guys, man. It's kind of hard to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the breaks right now in this present time, but just to take your mind off of the present situation and all the pain that's going around right now, I think we should take a break and just go and take it back to the old school when times were okay. And 1980 was my year. And I just thank everybody for supporting me and making it happen, especially you radio DJs, man. I love you guys. You made my career. You made my life. The legacy because of you guys. I want to thank all the fans, all the people who bought the record and listened and supported all these years. You guys are not my fans anymore. You're my friends. You hear me? And I want to thank the producers, J.B. Moore, Robert Ford, Russell Simmons, Reverend Run from Run DMC, DMX, DMC, and thank LL Cool J, so many people. Davey DMX, AJ the DJ, rest in peace, Robert
AJ
Ford.
Scratch, AJ.
Rest in peace, my man, Lovebuck Starsky, Silksky. I want to thank my family, my wife of 36 years, and all my kids, all my family from New York to North Carolina to Detroit, Chicago, and out here in LA as well. And thank you, Ebro, for giving me the opportunity to say thank you to everyone.
Nah, we're going to run the record right now, man. It's Ebro in the morning, Laura Styles, Rosenberg, celebrating 40 years. Right now, Kurtis Blow, the original hip-hop superstar rapper. These are the breaks. Break it up, break it up, break it up.
Thanks, Kurtis.
Thank you.
All right, you got it.
Yo, love,
Good to
man.
see
Thank
you.
you, sir.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you.
Take
Take care, man.
Peace. All right, peace.